Hello class, welcome to Arjun English School. I hope you are doing well. In 11th standard, we have completed first and second chapter in part 2. Last class, we have completed depreciation chapter, and now from today onwards, we are going to start a chapter number 3, provisions and reserves. This chapter is having a weightage of around 2 to 3 marks and completely theory based chapter. Okay, there is no single sum in this chapter, but remember one thing, for your 12th standard and for your future uh, in commerce, provisions and reserve chapter has its own importance. So here I am going to start the provisions and reserve. First of all, basic meaning. See, simply, in every scenario, in every lifestyle, you can see that you all are maintaining some types of reserves and provisions. But exactly you don't know what is a reserve. So I will give you one example. Here, some of your parents are doing their life insurance as well as mediclaim. So, what is the common object of life insurance and mediclaim? Life insurance is simply to cover your life, to secure your life, not only for yourself but your family too. While in mediclaim, you want to safeguard from your any kind of surgeries, treatment, and illness. So, these kind of mediclaims and life insurance, you are supposed to pay some fixed amount in every year, irrespective whether you whether you are claiming for life insurance or mediclaim. But still, you have supposed to pay premium. Okay, so here this is an example for your life that you are paying a fixed amount to every year, but you don't know exactly where actually we are claiming such amount. So it happens only whenever any family member for which we have paid insurance premium, he or she died, or he or she illness or any kind of surgery. So at that time, this is required. Okay. There is one another example. If you want to planning to buy one residential house, we can say a flat or tenement or bungalow, whatever. But at the same point of time, it is not like that from our 1 month salary we are buying such apartment or bungalows, etc. So at this situation, some might taken any loan from the bank or any financial institutions, or some might having some fixed amount of reserve from which they are buying this apartment. Okay. So the main common funda is to accumulation of some specific amount for specific future objectives. This is called reserve. And what is the provision for anticipated loss? Anticipated loss means if you know that my future liability is certain and fixed. Let's say one another example. After completion of your 12th standard, your educational expense will increase. Like if you are going for any professional courses like chartered accountants or company secretary or MBA, or you want to go for abroad. So in these all situations, your parents know very well that in future there is certain and specific liability. So to compensate this liability, they are accumulating some amount that is called reserve or provisions. But reserve is for specific purpose and provisions for future anticipated liability. Okay, so this is the common funda for provisions and reserves. Now, in the book, meaning and characteristics and importance of provisions. First one is meaning. Meaning of provision. Provision means an amount appropriated from profit to honor probable liability which can be identified but the amount of which cannot ascertain accurately. As I said, one example, that if you are going for future educational planning, then at such time there is a huge amount that you have to gather to complete your study. But in this case, your parents made some provision, and provision means appropriated from profit. For what? To honor probable liabilities, means these liabilities may occur in future but amount of which cannot ascertain accurately. We can say that our educational expense is likely to be 2 lakh to 3 lakh, but it is not exactly. But your parents must be provided a provision regarding this. So here is the, in business there are some examples. You can check that, that is provision for depreciation. Why? Because if there is a huge fixed asset in a business, let's say 5 lakh or 10 lakh for manufacturing of something, some any kind of specific products, but at the same time company is required to maintain a provisions for depreciation, because whenever such asset after 5 years or 10 years by completing his its tenure, there is one fix another fixed asset required required in the business. So here we are providing a depreciation provision for it, because after completion of its tenure, amount 5 lakh 10 lakh is a huge amount for any business. So company required to maintain certain provisions which is called depreciation. Same way, one another example is provision for bad debts. So what is provision for bad debts? Provision for bad debts itself said that if any debtor stands for if any customer, if any customer is not paying his dues, and at the same time we are facing like he is probably he cannot pay his dues, so at the same time we have to create a provision, so that is called provision for bad debts. We can also call provision for doubtful debts. Third one, provision for repairs and renewals. If we purchase any asset, so up to 2 to 3 years, there is no kind of any fixed expenditure that we have to incur. But after some time, the assets becomes old and its usage which required a repairs and renewal expense, because after some time repairs and renewal expense for an asset will increase. At the initial level for purchase of asset, there is no any repairs and renewal expense, but after sometimes repairs and renewal expense will increase. So again, for which we are required to create a provision. We don't know exact amount, but we can say that there is specific sum of amount that required to pay for every year. One example, if you have purchased any, let's say two wheeler or four wheeler, then initial for 1 year, company gives free services for a year. Then after, it is the duty of owner to service for such vehicle regular. If he is not, he or she is not regularly maintaining their assets, then at the same time, value assets tenure will decrease. and again value of asset is also decrease. Okay, so repairs and renewal expense will increase after year by years. Next one, provision for tax. So if in the business profit amount is high, then it is required to create a provision for tax. It means such person have to pay a tax for incurring a profit into the business. Next one, provident fund. Provident fund is a certain sum of liability that is paid to the workers or employees for which he had given the service to the business. Pension fund, at the retirement of any employees, it is the responsibility of the company to give a fixed pension to the employees for their remaining life. Next one, workers profit sharing fund. Workers profit sharing fund, it means there is certain sum of provisions that are created for workers, that if worker is doing their work very efficiently, honestly, loyalty, etc., then at the same time workers profit sharing fund will be distributed among them. Okay, next one, provisions for voluntarily retirement scheme. This is called VRS. If any employee wants to retire his from his or her job, then he can voluntarily retire. That is called VRS. Again, at the same time, if employee retired, we are paying any specific provident fund and pension, as well as it is the duty of the business to pay amount, certain fixed amount at the time of VRS. So these are the some examples which can be asked in the 1 marks question, that is what is the meaning of provisions and what are the examples of provisions. Okay, next, provision is different from liability. Amount of liability is fixed and it is sure to pay, while provision is an amount appropriately from profit for probable expense or loss for which the amount cannot be ascertained as accurately. It means liability, if there is a liability, it means there is specific amount that the company has to pay their due on specific date in a certain time period. While in a provision, there is not fixed amount, but probable expenses or losses which may or may not incur. Understood? So this is the differentiate between provisions and liability. Next, here, following accounting entry is to be passed for provisions, that is profit and loss account debit to any kind of provision. It means it may be bad debts reserve, provision for depreciation, provision for tax, etc. Next one, characteristics. So what are the characteristics? Number one, provision is an amount appropriated from profit or income for specific purpose. Provision is an amount appropriated from profit for probable expenses or losses or liabilities for which the amount cannot be determined accurately. And third one, provision is appropriated out of profit and loss account. Understood? Importance. So what are the importance for provisions? Number one, it is made for probable expense, loss and liabilities of respective years, and therefore it is appropriated out of the revenue of the same year, and hence true profit and loss of the business can be ascertained. So here I will give you an example. Electricity bill, that is light bill, generated regularly on the interval of 2 months. If light bill is on January, then next light bill came into the March. Then May, July, September, and November, again January. It means there is certain specific liability that is fixed on every 2 months. Now, if some light bill amount that is due on 31st on March month. Now, let's say example here in March 2021, there is a liability for electricity bill amounting rupees, let's say 10,000 rupees. But there is a time period to pay this electricity bill, and if I am paying such electricity bill in the month of April, like let's say 2nd April 2021, but this electricity bill is for the month of March. Why? Because whatever the electricity bill, that electricity that we have used in the month of Feb and March, that we have to pay on March, but we have paid in April because there is a due date which they give around 10 to 15 days. So if I am paying such electricity bill in the month of April, but it is actually for the usage of February and March, it means from 1st April, our accounting year will change. So if I am recording such electricity bill and paid amount, it is expense, and expense that I am recorded in April month, it means I have wrongly recorded in April month. It's actually usage for Feb and March. So it is the specific liability for previous accounting year. But I am paying in the next accounting year. So the result of it, that is profit for previous year, we have recorded by 10,000 more, and profit for next year we have recorded by 10,000 less. So due to this complexity, the concept of provisions came into existence, and here we have to record any anticipated liability or any fixed amount of liability in the month of March, even if we are paying in the April. So in the March month, we have to create one journal entry that is for provisions for expense. So here this is the first one, that is provision is made for probable expense, loss and liabilities of respective years. Second one, provision is made to prevent impact of transactions made during the year on the financial performance in future. Third one, known liability of future can be spread evenly over certain years by making provisions. Fourth one, assumptions of going concern and principle of prudence can be followed by making provisions. Here in 11th standard, you already studied about the going concern and principle of prudence. So if your business have long lasting future or foreseeable future, so it is the concept of going concern, and prudence, it means the expense for whatever the year we have to record in such respective years. Okay, so we cannot carry forward expense, like if the expense is for 2020 and we are recording in 2021, this is not possible. So here we have to follow the assumptions of going concern as well as prudence principle. Fifth one, if provision is not made against decrease in the value of assets, in the future capital of the business may be wiped off. Such risk can be avoided by making provisions. And last one, required funds can be managed by making provisions of certain amount every year out of profit. Means if we require certain fund, then we cannot collect certain funds in a specific fixed date by your fixed salary or 1 year your profit. So here in this case, required funds that can be managed only by making a provisions. On the expiry of useful life of asset, the managed fund can be used to purchase new assets. This example that I have already given at the initial level. Next one. Next topic is meaning of and characteristics and importance of reserves. Here, what is the meaning? An amount appropriated out of profit to increase the financial soundness of the business or to meet with contingent loss or liability in future is called as reserve. Reserve is an appropriation and it is created out of profit and loss appropriation account. Reserve may be for specific purpose or for solvency of the business also. Again, what is the definition? Amount appropriated out of profit means division of profit to increase financial soundness of the business to meet the contingent loss or liability. It means if your family income is, let's say, 1 lakh, but out of which if your parents saving 20,000 rupees every month and 80,000 is for your regular expenses, etc., then we can say that this 20,000 is a reserve. Same way, in a company, if company creates a profit of 1 crore and company has their own expenditure of 80 lakhs, then we can say that this 20 lakhs is a reserve. And this reserve, that is to meet the contingent loss or liability. What is a contingent loss? Contingent loss means the loss which may or may not occur. But to safeguard our business, to safeguard our life, everyone is creating and maintaining reserve. Okay? So in you can check that in every family there is some kind of reserve, that is some kind of savings out of your income, that is for specific contingent loss or liability. Reserve is an appropriation and it is created out of profit and loss appropriation account. Reserve may be for specific purpose or for solvency of business also. Means there is no necessary requirement, there is specific purpose for maintaining this reserve, but it can be for solvency of business. So what is the solvency? For your bright future. Bright future of business, they are maintaining reserves. Example, general reserve. So what is a general reserve? General reserve is maintaining for common purposes. Second, dividend equalization fund. Third, workers accident compensation fund, debenture redemption fund, investment fluctuation reserve, and capital redemption reserve. Okay, so these are the examples of reserves. First, general reserve, that is for common purpose. Dividend equalization fund, that is if company wants to declare and pay dividend to its shareholder. So at that time they are utilizing this dividend equalization fund. Workers accident compensation fund. During the work at the work premises, if any workers get injured, then it is the duty of the employer to treatment of such workers, and that's why such employers are creating that fund. So it is called workman accident compensation fund. Next one, debenture redemption fund. If company has issued debentures, this debentures is a part of your 12th standard. Okay, so in 12th standard there is a chapter that is called debenture, but in simple way you can easily understand that debenture means one kind of loan and redemption means that we have to return. So loan that we have taken from the debenture holders and we have to repay them. So there is specific fund we call debenture redemption fund. Investment fluctuation reserve. We have invested in some market, in some share market, in some fixed deposits or public provident fund or any other businesses. So some kinds of risky investment which to for which we are required to protect our business, and that's why we are maintaining investment fluctuation reserve. Last one, capital redemption reserve. Due to any reasons, if our capital gets reduced, so to protect and prevent from such kind of losses, there is a specific capital redemption reserve. Okay, next one, characteristics. Reserve is created for financial soundness of the business, for growth of the business, or to meet with the contingent requirement of business. Reserve is created out of profit and loss appropriation account. 1 marks question. That reserve is created out of what? Answer is profit and loss appropriation account. Certain reserves are created to meet with the statutory requirement. Statutory means legal requirement. Sometimes government force to the companies and business to maintain such kind of reserves. I'm giving one example, that is workmen accident compensation fund. As per the Workmen Compensation Act 1923, it is the duty of the employer to maintain some kind of specific reserves to safeguard their employees and their families' life. And that's why it is the responsibility of the company to maintaining workmen accident compensation fund. Okay, so it is a statutory requirement. Next one, importance of reserve. So you can see that these are the importance. Required funds for the expansion of the business is available from the profit of the business only, and hence there is no need to borrow funds from outside, or proprietor does not require to contribute more capital for growth and expansion of business. Means we can say that for expansion of business even the reserve fund is useful. And if there is a specific reserve, then you no need to borrow funds from the outsider or any sources. We can correlate it with your personal life. Let's say if you have specific savings, then for your future educational expense, or for your future any financial planning, if there is specific amount is with you, then from which we can incur the huge expenses, etc. Like we can say that marriage expense, or your educational expense, or your traveling expense, etc. But if you don't have any kinds of reserves, then at the same time you have to borrow funds from the outside. So reserve has its own importance. Second one, financial solvency of the firm increases by transferring some amount of out of profit to the reserves. Means financial solvency means your bright future for the business, as well as we can correlate with your life. Then for bright future of your business or bright future of your life, reserve is reserve has its own importance. Third point, uncertain or a contingent expense or loss can be made if there is sufficient reserve in the business. Fourth one, reserve can be used to honor long-term liabilities. Means it is a, we can say that it is a long-term liability, and we can use it for long-term liabilities. Company can maintaining dividend year after year by using reserve. Means company can pay dividend to its shareholder from using these reserves. Reserves are created to fulfill some of statutory requirements. As I have given one example, so uh, to maintain a legal requirement of the business, reserve that we have to maintain. Next one, types of reserve. So there are two types of reserve. One is revenue and second one is capital. So in revenue reserve, that is general reserve, specific reserve, and secret reserve. While in opposite side, it is a capital reserve. Okay. So in revenue reserve, the main important definition is profit generated out of purchase and sale of goods and other regular activities of the business is called revenue profit. Means if I am selling the goods and if I am purchasing the goods and I am doing my regular business expenses, and whatever the surplus amount that we call reserve, that we call revenue profit, and the reserve created out of such revenue profit, it is called reserve. Means if my profit is 5 lakh but I am transferring 1 lakh for specific requirement for future, that is called reserve. So out of 5 lakh profit, if I am transferring 1 lakh for my safety, that is called reserve, so it is called revenue reserve. Revenue reserve is very useful to increase the financial soundness of the business. Moreover, revenue reserves can also be used to pay contingent expense or loss of the business, revenue reserves can be classified into three categories: general reserve, specific reserve, and secret reserve. Now, here this is a general reserve where there is no specific purpose to maintaining general reserve, but for any kinds of contingent liability, these reserves can be used. Okay, so we can say that if at your home your parents are having 5 to 10,000 at your home for any contingent expenses or losses. So, to incur these types of expenses or liabilities, or we can say loss, these kind of funds are used. There is no specific requirement that why we are maintaining this reserve, but for to prevent from losses, we are maintaining these kinds of reserves. Because if at the same time, if there is any contingent liability or expense or loss that incurred, but if we don't have any our savings, then at the same time we are facing some problems, like we have to borrow money from outsiders, or there are some financial issues that created if we are not maintaining these types of reserves. Simply we can say that it is our common savings. Okay, so there is a specific journal entry, that is P&L appropriation account debit to general reserve. Now next one is specific reserve. So there is a 1 marks question for specific reserve, like what is the meaning of specific reserve. So when the revenue reserve is created out of profit and loss appropriation account for specified purpose, it is known as specific reserve. Means out of revenue reserve, if there is specific saving for uh, specific future expense, so it is called specific reserve. Like in our life we can say that if I want to pay my life insurance, then out of my salary i have to I have to save specific amount for life insurance. So if, let's say, if my life insurance for per month that is for 5,000 rupees, so from my salary I have to save 5,000 rupees specific for LIC. So this is called specific reserve. Same way in business, certain kinds of specific reserve is required to be maintained, that are here you can see in the journal entry, that is dividend equalization fund, debenture redemption fund, investment fluctuation fund, as well as workman accident compensation fund. So there is a common single journal entry in that P&L appropriation account debit to these kinds of funds are credited. Understood? So as I have already explained, the meaning of dividend equalization fund, debenture redemption reserve, investment fluctuation fund, workman accident compensation. Okay, here it is a sinking fund, important definition that we are going to start here. Sinking fund, the reserve which is created out of profit for purpose of payment of long-term debt or regular payment of interest or purchase of fixed asset, then it is called as sinking fund. Means a specific reserve that are created for the payment of any debt or any interest or purchase of fixed asset. So it is called sinking fund. 1 marks question. Next one, secret reserve. The reserve created without showing in the profit and loss account for the purpose of strengthening financial position of the business is called secret reserve. This is the reserve which the existence and amount is not shown in the balance sheet and profit and loss appropriation account. Secret reserve is also called as internal reserve, and secret reserve can be created as follows. So it is 1 marks question. What is a secret reserve? Reserve created without showing in profit and loss account for straightening financial position. It is called secret reserve. And examples are provision for depreciation, undervaluation of stock, provision for bad debts, recording capital expenditure in profit and loss, showing contingent liability as actual liability, and showing more expense than actual. So secret reserve are these kinds of that you can see. Next one is capital reserve. So here, capital reserve, the reserve which is created out of the capital and cannot be used for distribution of dividend. So it is known as capital reserve. It means this profit is created out of capital profit. Capital profit that we can say that sale of fixed asset and profit arising out of such sale. So we can say that profit on sale of any asset or invest, it is called capital profit, and this is for specific purpose. We cannot use it for distribution of dividend. Understood? Next one. So these are the following sources that profit on sale of fixed assets and investment, profit on revaluation of fixed assets, premium received by the company on issue of shares or debenture, and balance of shares for forfeiture account. This is there is a spelling mistake, not a feature, but the whole word is forfeiture. Balance of share forfeiture account after reissue of shares forfeited by the company. Okay, so what is the forfeiture? If I want to buy shares, then there are some kinds of installment. Like if share value is 100 rupees, I have to pay for first installment 25 rupees, second one is for 25, third one is 25, and fourth one is 25. So there are four installment of having 25 each. Now, if I have paid first two installment, that is 25 and 25, but then after if I failed to pay such installment, then whatever the amount that I have paid, such fund is forfeited by the company, and such shares are reissued to another person. That is called forfeiture of shares, means forfeited by the company and reissue to another one. Okay. Profit prior to incorporation of the company. Profit prior to incorporation means before starting of, before formation of the company, there are some kinds of routine business that company has incurred and earn a profit out of it. So it is called profit prior to incorporation of the company. Capital redemption reserve for redeeming preference shares, and profit on redemption of debenture at discount. Next one, use of capital reserve to write off loss on sale of fixed assets, to write off intangible assets like goodwill, fictitious assets, and for distribution of bonus. So capital reserve that is created, this capital reserve can be used only and only for these kinds of expenses, like we can say that like write off assets, write off any fictitious assets or intangible assets, and distribution of bonus share. Next one is reserve fund. Generally, the amount of general reserve remains in the business as a working capital, but if the amount of this reserve is invested outside the business, so it is known as reserve fund. Means if any amount that is invested outside of the business, so we can use this fund, that is called reserve fund. Okay. And then after, the last and most important differences between general reserve and provisions. So first one is purpose. Purpose is to create, general reserve is to increase financial soundness. You can see that here, to increase the financial soundness of the business, whereas provision is made for specific purpose of meeting with known probable liability or loss. We don't know the exact amount, but we know the certain future anticipated losses or expenses. So general reserve is for increase financial soundness, while provision, that is to meet the known probable liability. Second one, general reserve is created out of profit and loss appropriation, while provision is created out of profit and loss account. Third one, general reserve is appropriated only if there is a profit. We can compare it with our actual life, that you can see that if you have certain sum of amount as income, then only you can save certain amount from this income. But if you have less income, your saving is less. If your income is very less, then there is no saving. So again, you can correlate with here. If company has a profit, then only reserve can be created, while provision is created out of profit or loss. Next one, amount of general reserve only if there is an profit at the end of accounting year. So it is voluntarily, means reserve means saving that we can create only when there is a profit, but provision made even if there is a loss at the end of accounting year. Use. General reserve can be used for any purpose and provision can be used for which it is created. Investment. General reserve can be invested in the business or outside of the business, but provision cannot be invested outside of the business, and hence provisions can be used only in the business. Dividend. General reserve can be used for distribution of dividend, but provision cannot be used for distribution of dividend. And presentations in accounts, general reserve is shown in the balance sheet in the heading of reserves and surplus, while provision is against an asset is shown by deducting from respective assets or asset side. Okay. Next one is the difference between general reserve and capital reserve. It is not so important, but we are completing it once. General reserve is appropriated out of P&L appropriation account, while capital reserve is created out of capital profit, and hence this amount is transferred to capital reserve. Next, general reserve can be used for any purpose like growth of the business or for distribution of dividend or meet any contingent liability. While capital reserve has certain specific use. So you cannot use like anywhere. Capital reserve that we have completed before 2 page, that where we have discuss about it, that to write off fixed assets or intangible assets or tangible assets or to issue a bonus share, we can use this capital reserve. Dividend. General reserve can be used for distribution of dividend, while capital reserve cannot be used for distribution of dividend. Bonus share. General reserve can be used for distribution of bonus share, while capital reserve cannot be used for distribution of bonus share if it can be used for only when there is a specific provision in article regarding that. What is article? Article of association. This article of association, I am giving the brief idea about article of association. Article of association is created when the company is incorporated. So at the time of incorporation of the company, article of association by created by the directors of the company by signing the company secretary on such article of association. It is a legal and primary documents of the company, where what are the objects of the company and how to do such objects, that are denoted in the articles of association. So we can say that if there is specific provision in article of association that company can issue bonus share out of capital reserve, then only it can do. Otherwise, bonus shares can be issued out of general reserve. Okay, so finally we have completed this entire chapter in a single video, and this is entire chapter is for theory chapter and having a weightage of 2 to 3 marks. So please friends, go through with it, and if you have any doubts then please contact here. Thank you.